Hi everyone, it's Kayo Moon. Welcome. If you're not used to my second channel, then this is definitely going to be different for you. So I'm going to step out of making gacha content because I generally just don't enjoy making gacha content anymore. I don't know if it's because I got flat out bored of it, I'm growing out of it, or the toxic community with the gacha community, but in order for me to move past that, I want to do more of what I love, and what I love to do is draw, make stuff, and tell stories. So that's what I'm going to do. My second channel is an art channel, so how am I going to balance those two? So I wanted to add more of my personal projects onto this channel, and meanwhile, my second channel is where I reimagine, aka redesign, rewrite stuff like I usually do on there, and ramble about stuff that I just randomly find on the internet. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, and in order to promote this step up from my original content, I wanted to do something I wanted to do for a long time, but I guess my motivation is absolute crap and garbage, and that was to make my very own Sun and Moon series. Let's get into that. Now, you might be wondering, what are Sun and Moon series? Well, Sun and Moon series are series based off of two popular characters from a very popular horror franchise known as Five Nights at Freddy's. I've grown attached to these characters along with many other people because I am obsessed with moons. My first gacha OC was a moon goddess, and my gacha channel literally has the name Moon in it. Anyways, examples of these kinds of channels, well, yeah, their channels are the Sun and Moon Show, the Celestial Void, and the Celestial Idiots. And these shows immediately caught my eye because I'm already obsessed with these characters, and so are many other people. So let's get into my concept of a Sun and Moon series. If you haven't seen my second channel, also known as Scribble Muffins, I was doing a rewrite and redesign series for the Sun and Moon Show, and I was taking characters from there and rewriting and redesigning them because I generally felt like I wanted to tweak some things and improve things to my likings, but eventually I would get pretty attached to my own version, and I would want to make it my very own series known as The Astrology Journey. I don't know if this name's going to stay, depending on how I want to change it, but that's the name I came up with, and I've grown severely attached to them. But then I started to realize that these characters were based off of a rewritten version of something that already exists, and it made me feel a bit insecure for a while. So I've been trying my best to disassociate from that and make my very own story. So here's my setting so far. Okay, so my setting for the astrology journey is after the Ruined DLC, where some investigators find the daycare attendant animatronic and decide to take it to use it for their own benefits, for their own daycare thing. And it's mainly an excuse for why Sun and Moon are separated. Well, I don't think there really needs to be an excuse because every other show does it. But also an excuse for their redesigns that you guys are going to see in a little bit. So I'm going to get into the plot, and then I'm going to get into the characters. Okay, so let's go. I've done this way too many times, so I'm going to do my best. The story starts with Sun and Moon being repaired after a certain incident. Sun has no recollection of this incident, nor will anyone tell him. All they tell him is that he lost control and attacked Moon. Sun does not mind this as he's focused on his job and making it up to Moon. I will explain this further in my Sun, when I'm talking about Sun, but he is often insecure about being a burden to Moon, and how when they were just one animatronic, Moon would always blame Sun for anything happening, making Sun feel guilty for making Moon upset. Despite Moon being back to his usual self before the glitch, he still feels insecure about letting Moon down. It is until one day Sun starts acting strange. He's blacking out, doing things he normally wouldn't do, such as act a bit vile. But also, he has been hearing things and seeing things as if someone was trying to communicate with him. He kept us away from Moon to prevent concerns and to prevent being even more of a burden to Moon. But eventually Moon does find out, and they discover there is an embodiment inside of Sun, and they are not friendly. Thank fucking God I'm finished with this. Oh my God. Sun has a personality you would expect him to have just by hearing his name and seeing his appearance. He is a ball of sunshine who wants nothing more but to see people, mostly young children, happy. Sun's very passionate about his job. He gives everyone the benefit of the doubt. He's very naive, which is easily taken advantage of by others, mostly children, but Sun has his boundaries. Sun can easily get bored or impatient. He doesn't do this towards children, but when it's adults, it definitely shows. Despite his happy face, Sun isn't all sunshine and rainbows. He's insecure about letting people down, which often leads him to keep to himself or try way too hard to solve everyone's problems. Sometimes Sun isn't the kind of person everyone needs, which Moon is able to equally balance. Speaking of Moon, let's get to him. Moon, unlike his counterpart, is pretty calm and way less energetic. This leaves children finding him more boring, but he doesn't mind it. He finds his job more like a job than a passion, but he does care for them. He is a rule follower. Moon is protective and doesn't revolve to violence unless he feels he needs to. Moon enjoys the presence of Sun. He enjoys the positivity Sun gives off. It makes him feel in a better mood. Moon remembers everything before the incident. They were a lot closer. Actually, very close. Moon wants to be closer to Sun again, but there's something holding him back. He's afraid that Sun will remember. Urgent worry.